Hi, everybody. I'm Ken with Ken's Insurance Agency. We are a full service insurance brokerage located in Hernando, Mississippi, serving the U.S. Today, we're going to be talking about commercial insurance and the different kinds of protections that commercial business owners need and commercial companies need. This coverage can be whether you work out of your home or whether you have a public location. So let's get started. The first is general liability. The best way to think of this is like your homeowners for your business. It covers whether somebody gets hurt on the property, covers whether the building burns down or gets damaged in a storm, covers items on the property, so like vehicles that are parked on the property that may get broken into, or also equipment on the property. Covers, and it's also like a little bond also for the business can be. The next is business owner liability. This covers you if you have, well, basically if you get sued for items that would relate to a business owner's liability, such as sexual harassment, hiring and firing disputes, and such. Then the next is errors and omissions. Errors and omissions is a lot like business owner liability. It covers you if you get sued, but it's more for professionals like accountants, lawyers, doctors, insurance brokers, and insurance agents. And it basically covers you if you say something that's in error on what you do. It's not meant for an actual lie where you intentionally lied or intentional deceit or fraud. The next is workers' comp. Workers' comp covers your employees if they get hurt while working. The next is key person life. This covers key people in your facility that if they are injured or disabled or killed, the business would see a loss of income from that because until somebody can be hired to replace them and trained up in what they do, which can be very costly. So that's that one. The other is a buyout life policy. This is good for if you have a partnership to have on each of the partners, so that basically if one partner dies or decides to retire, then the other partners collect on the life insurance and get to use it to buy out that retiring or deceased partner's share of the business, so that family members can't come in and try to control that percentage of the business. Then there is the benefits package, which includes your health, your accident, your cancer, your critical illness, your disability, your hospital indemnity, your dental, your vision, all from one spot. Even the retirement stuff, which can be a 401k, or as in the case of schools, 403bs, 457, or can be an annuity, and then there is life insurance that you can offer your employees, all as part of a benefits package. On benefits packages, some employers contribute a portion to the coverage or will buy certain policies to have on the employee or the employee and their family. Others do not. They just can't afford it, or they don't want to. They want the employees to buy it. Another benefits package item that you can have is prepaid legal, either a CDLP or personal or both. An identity theft protection and our credit repair package can be offered as a benefits package in a benefits package. The next would be commercial auto. This is not part of a benefits package. This would be covering the automobiles owned by the company. Great for a company to have and to use. Then another thing that we want to do is show you some videos on the different types of policies that we've got.
Today I want to introduce you to our 3 small business plans that we provide at IDShield. As a small business owner, you know how important it is to have top legal representation and access to top professionals when you're making decisions. Today I serve as one of the presidents of IDShield, but over 23 years ago, when I was introduced to IDShield, I was a small business owner just like you. My wife and I, like many business owners, had spent our entire life savings to open a retail store in Ohio. And I know what it's like to put in 7 days a week, be the last one to get paid, have the stress of meeting payroll and all the legal stress that comes along with being a business owner as well. Actually, one of the very first memberships that I ever owned with IDShield was the small business plan. So I want to take a few minutes today and help you understand the value of the small business plan and maybe even share a few stories of how I've used the service in my own business. When you think of legal services overall, what words come to mind? Words like unresponsive, unaccountable, you just don't know who to call, and when you do find out who to call, usually they're going to be $300 to $400 per hour. With IDShield, we simply take the worry and a lot of the expense out of accessing top legal professionals. With IDShield, the words that come to mind are accountable, accessible, and responsive. So let me tell you a little bit about IDShield. We've actually been around since 1972, and we currently protect over 4.6 million individuals and over 50,000 business owners all across North America. Ask yourself this question. As a business owner, have you ever had to hire or fire an employee? Have you ever had a vendor dispute? Maybe a customer dispute? Have you ever needed a letter on your behalf? Or maybe needed a contract reviewed? Have you ever worried about being sued? All of these are legal situations, and most of them, as business owners, we don't seek legal advice for. And the reason simply is this: it costs too much, and most of the time we try to handle it ourselves. I know as a business owner, we try to be the superhero. We try to be everything to everyone. But at the same time, you don't want to be your own attorney. You don't want to take these matters into your hands because they can have serious consequences. A few years ago, LegalShield actually commissioned a study to find out what the real need was for our plans among small business owners. Now, unsurprisingly, 60% of small business owners said in the last year they had experienced a significant legal event. And of those surveyed, most of them said they did not seek legal advice for one major reason: cost. But the ones that actually did seek legal advice reported spending on average $7,600 on that legal event. So it's not surprising that most small business owners don't seek legal help when they need it, simply because they know it's going to cost too much. Let's talk about how our business plans really work and help you grow and protect your business. Now, we have 3 levels of protection with LegalShield: Small Business 10, Small Business 50, and Small Business 100. So the first question for you is, how many employees do you have? If you have less than 10 employees, you qualify for any of the 3 plans. If you have more than 10 employees but fewer than 50, you qualify for our Small Business 50 or Small Business 100. And if you have more than 50 employees but less than 100, you qualify for our Small Business 100 plan. Now, the great news about our three plans is that whatever plan that you qualify for, you can always buy up coverage, because the higher you go, the more coverage you have for your small business. As you can see on the chart, you simply decide what coverage level is appropriate for your business. All of our plans provide access to consultation with our law firms to give you the access you need when you need it. Pick up the phone, contact your attorney, and have consultation on an unlimited number of business matters. Have letters written on your behalf, so that when you need access to an attorney to write that letter, you don't have to worry about paying hundreds of dollars for one letter. It's all covered through your monthly membership fee. Also have documents and contracts reviewed by your law firm, and even lawsuit protection if your business is named in a lawsuit. Now, to have hours for lawsuit protection, make sure you enroll in our Small Business 50 or Small Business 100. But at the same time, anything that's not covered through our membership, you always have access to our preferred member discount. So everything is covered through your plan. It's either covered 100% if you see it listed, or it's covered under the preferred member discount for any other legal matters. The bottom line is, as a small business owner, you have to make decisions every day. And some of them require legal assistance. With LegalShield, you'll know that you have the professionals in your corner so you can make the smart decision without breaking the bank. So please get together with the person that invited you today to watch this short video, get your questions answered, and I also encourage you to look at the information on our family plan and find out more about how we can also protect and empower your family.
Hello from LegalShield. We believe every commercial driver needs legal protection, but first things first. What is a commercial driver's legal plan, and why should you want it? Quite simply, the commercial driver's legal plan gives you access to lawyers for transportation-related issues at an affordable rate. Attorneys are, well, expensive, $250 to $500 per issue expensive. But with a commercial driver's legal plan, you get access to our commercial driver's provider law firm for about $400 a year. That's a pretty easy choice. If you've used a lawyer for issues like this before, this probably all sounds great. If not, you may be wondering, why would I even need a lawyer? It turns out that lawyers can help you with all kinds of transportation issues that you may not have even realized. Things ranging from moving and non-moving violations, DOT, Department of Transportation violations, license reinstatement, tragic accident representation, CSA consultation, and much more. Whatever transportation issue you may be facing, a lawyer will help you make the best decision for you, your spouse, and your motor vehicle record, or MVR, in the future by knowing your full legal rights. That's always a good thing. So legal protection is a smart choice. Now, why choose LegalShield? For starters, LegalShield has been in business 40 plus years and helped over 1.5 million families that trust LegalShield as their legal protection provider. LegalShield has partnered with a law firm that gives you access to lawyers who can answer your transportation legal issues when you need them. So you'll never have to worry about what lawyer to use, since we've already done the legwork for you. And you'll always get an experienced lawyer who is dedicated to helping you in the state where your legal issue occurred. Just pick up the phone and you'll be connected to a customer service representative who will take your issue, and within 5 business days, you will have a lawyer's name and number for you to be in contact with. Remember, communication with your lawyer is key, and in most cases, your lawyer can represent you in court without you having to be there. There's a waiting period of 10 days, but our lawyers can still help you, even with your transportation needs during that time, at a 25% preferred member discount. In review, legal protection is good, and LegalShield is the best. Now let's talk about your specific plan. You can enroll in LegalShield for a low monthly fee determined by the plan you choose, along with a one-time enrollment fee of $25. Special pricing is available for drivers who enroll in the plan as part of an employee group. Your membership includes help with moving and non-moving violations, DOT violations, license reinstatements, tragic accident representation, transportation law, CSA consultation, and much more. This specific plan covers you and your spouse or domestic partner in personal or commercial vehicles. With Legal Shield, you're in a position of power with access to a dedicated lawyer whenever you need it. Legal plans are also available for family coverage. Just see your independent associate for more information. Protect your ability to earn a living. Become a Legal Shield Commercial Driver's Legal Plan member today.
And now we're going to get more into for your personal self and for your employees.
Every year, millions of people face legal issues. And let's face it, lawyers are expensive. But as a Legal Shield member, you pay an affordable rate for an entire law firm versus high hourly legal fees. Legal Shield's law firms have over 20 years of experience in many areas of law. As a Legal Shield member, you'll have direct access to one of our dedicated law firms, so you can take proactive steps to protect your legal rights, such as having your rental agreement reviewed or your will prepared, and receiving legal guidance for things like a dispute with a neighbor or creditor. Your law firm can also write a letter or make a phone call on your behalf. When you have a legal question or issue, you can simply call your law firm and a lawyer will return your call within 8 business hours or less. They're even available 24/7 for emergency situations. And with the Legal Shield mobile app, you can call your law firm at the touch of a button, access legal forms, upload your speeding ticket for review, and have your will prepared. Legal Shield makes receiving legal assistance easy and affordable. So get the legal protection you need and deserve, and put a law firm in the palm of your hand with Legal Shield. Every year, millions of people face legal and identity theft issues. You can take control of your legal rights and identity with Legal Shield and IDShield. As a Legal Shield member, you'll have direct access to a dedicated law firm, so you can take proactive steps to protect your legal rights, such as having your rental agreement reviewed, your will prepared, and receiving legal guidance for things like a dispute with a neighbor or creditor. Your law firm can also write a letter or make a phone call on your behalf, and is even available 24/7 for emergency situations. And with the Legal Shield mobile app, you can quickly call your law firm, access legal forms, upload your speeding ticket for review, and have your will prepared. With IDShield, your personal information will be monitored across the internet, including black market websites and government databases. We provide child, credit, and social media monitoring too. If any discrepancies with your identity are found, you'll receive an alert. You can use the IDShield mobile app to track your alerts and your credit score. If your identity's been stolen, a dedicated team of licensed private investigators are there at the touch of a button 24/7 to restore your identity. Get the legal and identity theft protection you need and deserve with Legal Shield and IDShield.
These people are living the dream from the enviable comfort of their designated work areas. But if something unfortunate were to occur and they didn't have a will, do you know what would happen? What? Well, deciding what would happen to their bank accounts, their real estate, their little tiny bobblehead thingy collections, it would all be distributed according to the laws of their state or province.
That's unfair.
No, it's extremely unfair. Your assets at the mercy of some cold, unfeeling statutory formula? That sounds horrible. It is. That's why will preparation is of the utmost importance. And it's easy, because will preparation by a lawyer is part of your Legal Shield membership. The Prepare Your Will questionnaire in the mobile app will help you figure out what's important to you.
I figure no need to spend money on a will. I'll just write it out and stick it in the fire safe.
Oh yeah, that'll work. Because kids always agree on everything. Plus, like I said, it's included in the monthly membership.
Right now, it's just me and the cats. I need to be clear. What should happen if I'm not able to make my own healthcare decisions?
Well, that can be covered by a living will and a healthcare power of attorney. And the will would take care of the cats. Get a book?
Took care of my will years ago, but I probably need to get it updated again. My full vinyl collection cannot end up in the wrong hands.
Well, Legal Shield can review and update your will yearly if you like. Look.
What would happen to my Instagram and all my followers?
Start with the Prepare Your Will questionnaire in the Legal Shield mobile app. Your information will be sent directly to a lawyer to prepare your will. Simple. And you won't have to leave what's most important to you in the hands of bureaucrats.
Look, 143 million people affected. This is the significant of all the hurricanes coming together at one point in cyberspace. So in addition to going to that website, people are going to have to start looking at, should I put credit freezes on all my credit reports? They need to start being very
Would you do that,
about watching.
sir?
Yeah,
if you're on the affected list, you should freeze your credit with everybody?
Absolutely.
Okay, what's that cost and how do you do it?
Actually, if you go to the site that the Experian has put out, Equifax, has put out, they'll show you how to go through, and the FTC and everybody shows you how to do your credit freezes. Go to those sites. Usually it's about $10, to put the freeze on, but I would do that instantly right now for at least the next 60 days, just to let this thing play out.
So
wait a second. You're talking about the next 60 days. This has already been out there for more than 30 days. So is it too late at this point?
It may or may not be. A lot of times when this happens, and this is actually a very good question. We've seen a lot of data be held for 4 years. This stuff doesn't go away. Your name, your social security number, your date of birth doesn't really expire. So this is great. This is great data. That's going to be valuable.
This company is offering you insurance for the next year. Is that sufficient?
No, that's not. I mean, that is just using an eyedropper to put out a forest fire. That is not going to be sufficient enough. I mean, you're talking. Remember, when the LinkedIn data breach happened, they used passwords 4 years later, including Mark Zuckerberg, to compromise his account. Right. So this data is, it's going to be out there for it.
Okay, so news you can use. Let's continue on. What other things if you're a viewer right now, concerned about your own security, what should you be doing? Online security.
Yeah, basically, a lot of the stuff that we're talking about right now concerns identity theft, but you should be looking at, is there any information in there that could be used to compromise your accounts, things that would indicate what your passwords are. Make sure you've got good, healthy systems set up for how to change your passwords. Make sure you've got, in addition to what they have, I've got my own identity theft protection. I just don't trust what they give me because all they do is the bare bones.
Hold on. When you say you have your own identity protection, through who? You don't necessarily have to tell us the company you're using, but who should we be using? What should we be doing?
Oh, look, anything is better than nothing. I use a company called IDShield because one of the things they have is there's also some actual investigators. If anything happens, you actually have real investigators go out and do it. But you need something. You need something that's better than nothing. This is one of those things. This is hard to find out how this is going to play out because we don't know who the actors is. We've seen North Korea be behind WannaCry and the ransomware attacks. Is it possible it's them? Is it a state actor? Or is it organized crime? That's going to make a big difference on how your data is used. People don't know how it's going to be used, but you've got to do some basic protections. And the biggest thing right now is monitor. And like you were saying, Becky, is that it's not just the next 60 days, but you need to put a credit freeze at least for the next 60 days. If this information is going to be used right away, at least you want to protect against that.
Hey,
but
Morgan,
look, there is no good answer to this.
Real quick on Equifax, the company itself, we're talking about the stock. Are they a victim in this case, or should we be thinking about them differently? And the reason I ask is there's a number of reports that suggest that they've They have had a number of hack attacks before this, and that they had been told that their security was not nearly strong enough.
Look, I testified before Congress on healthcare.gov back in November 2013. In fact, your program was the first one I was on after that testimony. Even then, I said we should have this cyber equivalent of Sarbanes-Oxley for protecting our systems to say you need now to have chief executives that sign off every year saying that we've taken these kind of steps to protect this data. The fact that this data was so close to the internet that it was on a web, you could get through it through a web server, to me, that alone goes back to exactly what you were saying, is that is just bad management, that's bad practice, and if you did the equivalent from a financial standpoint, you'd be going to jail.
What kind of regulation is around these companies now? I mean, these three companies have more information than just about anybody else in the world.
They hold everything. They hold the keys to the kingdom. Look, there's not enough. In fact, this goes back to the point is they had this information for at least 6 weeks, if not longer. You, like I said, some of the reports are some of the execs sold stock.
Right.
You know,
so, do you believe that, by the way? Is it possible that these individuals did not know about this? That this could have.
If they didn't know about it, that's a failure of leadership too. Why wouldn't your key executives like that know about a data breach? Everybody at the executive level, at those levels, should have known about this. So I don't. First of all, being a former cop, I don't believe in coincidence. So I think that there's a there, and I think the FBI needs to look into it. And you know, this is one of those things that it's going to get worse for these guys before it gets better, not just because of the data breach, but because of the actions of the executive, because of the lack of follow through, like you were saying on these reports, that their security was bad. And why, for heaven's sakes, was 143 million people's data so close to the internet that all you had to do was exploit a web application? That's like walking into the bank and finding that all the cash is not in the vault, but it's sitting out on the tables in front. That's just bad.
Okay, final question. I've been reading about this web application. What was that? And are other companies using the similar web applications?
I don't know. I actually was doing that research right before I get on them. I went to look to see what it was. They haven't really said it yet, and they probably won't because they're continuing the application, but it looks like it was probably one of their applications that allowed people to interface with their site to pull things like credit reports or do their credit check or, you know, have other people inquire upon that. It could be third-party access to. As we found out with Target, the problem was third-party access. Third parties are security holes. Right. It may turn out that a third party here may be behind this.
Every year, over 10 million people have their identity stolen. Take control of your identity with IDShield. IDShield monitors your personal information, such as your social security number, credit and debit card numbers, and social media accounts. We watch across the internet, including black market websites, government databases, and court records. We even provide child monitoring and monthly credit score tracking, which you can track right on the IDShield mobile app. If any discrepancies with your identity are found, you'll receive an alert. If your identity has been stolen, a dedicated team of licensed private investigators are there at the touch of a button 24/7 to restore your identity. IDShield also provides a password manager, so you can generate and store strong passwords to further shield yourself from identity theft. And IDShield even has a $5 million service guarantee, which means if identity theft happens, we'll do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to restore your identity. Shield yourself and your family from identity theft and put a licensed private investigator in the palm of your hand with IDShield.
Welcome to this special webinar presentation on learning more about how you can protect and empower your family with LegalShield and IDShield. When you think of the legal profession, what words come to mind? Words like expensive, unresponsive, and unaccountable are often associated with the legal industry. What LegalShield has simply done is we have become the disruptive innovators in the legal industry. We have made it simpler, easier, and more affordable for your family to access the legal services that you need when you need them. When you think of other disruptive innovators, what companies come to mind? Maybe companies like Netflix, Uber, and Amazon. These companies all came into very established industries and in a few short years changed the way that consumers shop and look at those industries by making it simpler and easier for you to access those services. In the same way, Legal Shield has done that with the legal industry by making it affordable, accountable, and responsive to your legal needs. Legal Shield was established in 1972. We currently protect over 4.6 million lives all across North America, and we have a dedicated network of quality law firms in all 50 states and 4 Canadian provinces. Legal Shield has been featured in Forbes, Yahoo Finance, CNBC, and Bloomberg about the great work that we're doing to revolutionize the legal industry. So how does Legal Shield work? Well, ask yourself these questions. Have you ever signed a contract or document? Had a landlord or tenant issue? Been overcharged for a repair or treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever received a traffic ticket? When is the last time you updated your will? Have you been involved in a real estate transaction or maybe rented an apartment? Have you been the victim of identity theft or heard about all of the data breaches that are happening? Have you been concerned about your own child's identity? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you can definitely benefit from being a member of Legal Shield and IDShield. With Legal Shield, we put all of the legal services that your family needs right at your fingertips. Simply download the Legal Shield member app to your smartphone and then tap the app when you want to talk to your provider law firm to get personal legal advice on an unlimited number of issues. Your Legal Shield attorneys can also write letters and make phone calls on your behalf. I know in my life, over the last 22 years that I've been a Legal Shield member, I've had letters and phone calls made on our behalf many times. Actually, one of the cases that just happened recently was 3 or 4 months ago when I was owed a $1,650 security deposit. And after arguing with the other party for about 30 days, I finally got $1,000 of that security deposit, but I was still owed $650. So I contacted my Legal Shield provider law firm. They had a letter sent on my behalf. And about 2 weeks later, I got the other $650 that I was owed. A few years ago, we were taking the family to Hawaii on vacation, and a major airline stranded us at an airport for an entire day because of a mechanical issue on the plane. We got to the resort a day late. We missed out on $350 deposit we had on that first night at the resort, and also an excursion that we had scheduled for that first day. I contacted the airline when we got home and asked if there was anything they could do for us because of the mechanical issue they had. And I was told there was nothing they could do, but they were sorry and to please fly them again. But I contacted my Legal Shield provider law firm, had them send a letter to that same airline. About 11 days later, I received an apology letter and 4 free tickets to use anywhere in North America. That was about $1,600 in tickets that we received because my attorney wrote that letter. Paid for my membership for over 6 or 7 years with just that one letter. We're also going to help you with contract and document review. A few months ago, I purchased a boat. I had all this finance paperwork I had to sign for the boat purchase, and I knew what it said, or I knew what I thought it said, but I thought it's probably a smart thing to do to have my attorney review all this paperwork for me to make sure that everything I think is in the document is actually what it says. So I sent that off to my provider law firm. They reviewed it for me, and it just gave me the peace of mind of knowing that I knew exactly what I was signing. So contract and document review is also provided through your Legal Shield membership. We're also going to help you with IRS audit assistance, civil trial defense services if you're named as a plaintiff in a lawsuit with pretrial and trial time. We're also going to help you with family and domestic services. Now, there is a 90-day waiting period on this particular part of our membership, but items like uncontested divorce, uncontested separation, name change, and even adoption are covered through your Legal Shield membership. Another area of our plan that is very valuable is help with moving traffic violations. Now, we don't fix tickets, but I think we would all agree that if you have an attorney help you or even represent you on that moving traffic violation, then a lot better things will probably happen than you or I trying to do this on our own. I can tell you in my family, we've had a few examples over the last years where the attorneys have helped represent us on a moving traffic violation. The most recent, I received a traffic ticket about 1,000 miles away from home while I was on business. And it was just that peace of mind of knowing that while I was back home, I had an attorney in that jurisdiction 1,000 miles away representing me on that moving traffic violation, trying to keep the points off my record so my insurance rates aren't going through the roof. We make it very easy with your Legal Shield membership. Simply take out your member app, take a picture of that ticket, submit it to your law firm, and you'll get contacted, start getting help with that moving traffic violation. We're also going to help you with your will preparation. This includes your wills, your living will, your healthcare power of attorney, and your durable power of attorney. Let me ask you a question. When's the last time you updated your will? If the answer is, I don't have a will, or it's been a very long time, then this is one of the simplest, easiest, and most affordable ways that you could ever get all of these documents prepared for you and your family. With your Legal Shield membership, we'll prepare all of these estate documents, your will, living will, healthcare power of attorney, and durable power of attorney, and update them every year for you at no additional cost. We have many different ways for you to fill out the will questionnaire to get this process started. But the bottom line is, it's very simple to do, and we can do it for you right away as a Legal Shield member. We also give you access to your attorneys 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for emergency situations. Now, we hope these never happen, and certainly this is one of those areas of our membership that I would rather have it and never need it than need it and not have it. But when you need emergency access to your attorney, you have that through your Legal Shield membership. Anything we did not discuss over the last few minutes will be handled right here under our 25% preferred member discount. So all of the areas of our membership that we just talked about are included in your membership, and you do not pay any extra for those services. But if you do have a contested adoption, a contested divorce, bankruptcy, child custody, or any other type of legal situation, you can still save a lot of money and have quality legal representation with your Legal Shield membership under our 25% preferred member discount. Another great benefit of being a Legal Shield member is member perks, where we give you discounts at hundreds of businesses all across North America just because you're a Legal Shield member. Just last year, my family saved over $600 with member perks, which was more than our membership cost us for the entire year. We saved on buying flowers and sending them for someone's birthday. We saved at Universal Studios to go see a show. We saved at Busch Gardens. We saved at the movie theaters. We saved when we traveled. All of these discounts available to our Legal Shield members. So make sure you check out member perks and get full utilization of these tremendous benefits. So who's covered by your Legal Shield plan? Your entire family. You, your spouse or domestic partner, any never married dependent children under the age of 26 living at home or full-time students, dependent children under the age of 18 for whom the member is the legal guardian, and any physically or mentally disabled children living at home regardless of age. On top of our tremendous legal protection, we also have another program called IDShield. And with all of the recent data breaches, we all know that there's a huge problem that everyone faces today, and that is identity theft. The bottom line is criminals don't want your money, they want your identity. Because with your identity, they can file your tax returns and take a refund check that wasn't theirs, or file medical claims, Social Security claims, get new lines of credit, maybe even get a new driver's license with their picture with all of your information, or even commit a crime in your name. The bottom line with identity theft is that you are guilty until proven innocent. With your IDShield plan, we are going to monitor everything that matters. We're going to monitor your credit score, your Social Security number, your passport, driver's license, medical ID, your email accounts. We're going to monitor your loans, credit cards, and bank accounts. And we're going to monitor those black market sites where your information is being sold on the dark web. We're going to monitor your social media accounts to make sure that there's not personal information being shared that shouldn't be. We're even going to give you access to IDShield Vault, which is a password manager that keeps your login information secure and takes the hassle out of managing multiple passwords. But not only are you going to have monitoring, you're also going to have a comprehensive restoration service where you will have a licensed private investigator do whatever it takes, as long as it takes, to restore your identity to its pre-theft status should you become a victim of identity theft. And this includes a $5 million service guarantee. So not only do you have a very robust monitoring program, but also complete restoration and comprehensive restoration should you be a victim of identity theft. So how much do these two great services cost? Well, the price is only $49.90 for a family. That's $24.95 for the legal plan each month and $24.95 for IDShield. If you're an individual, both of these plans is $34.90 per month. By the way, if you own a small business, make sure you talk to the person that invited you to this presentation and find out more about the suite of products that we have to protect and grow your small business as well. So what are the steps to becoming a member of Legal Shield and IDShield and protecting and empowering your family? Well, number one, get together with the person that put you on this presentation and they can get some basic information and get you enrolled right away. Number 2 is just download the mobile apps right to your smartphone, create your login and password so that you have easy access to your membership benefits. Number 3, contact your provider law firm immediately with a legal question you may have, or contact them to start updating and preparing your wills right away. Get immediate use and benefits from your Legal Shield and IDShield membership. And also start saving with member perks. Make sure you understand how to access those discounts and start saving right away to get full benefit from your Legal Shield and IDShield membership. So thank you for taking this opportunity to watch this presentation today and get together with a person that invited you to this presentation to learn more about how you can protect and empower your family with Legal Shield and IDShield.
So that gives you information on those services. Remember, you can contact us for any of these, for any of your other personal insurances, such as auto, homeowners, motorcycle, ATV, RV, roadside assistance, renters. Also, you can contact us for both personal and business loans, for purchasing the stuff that you already purchased for your business and getting it at a discounted rate, for your marketing, advertising, merchant accounts, payroll and HR and hiring needs, and for your for you to be able to get money back on some of these things where you've been overcharged or didn't get the credits on your taxes that you were supposed to. So give us a call. Our number is 662-292-6271. Again, that number is 662-292-6271, and we'll be glad to help you. Thank you and have a nice day.